This is Shape of Dreams, a nice roguelike with a top-down perspective, plays similar to League of Legends and maybe a bit of PoE. It's a really nice roguelike. This game also has co-op, which is where I think this game shines. This game is not amazing solo, so I think co-op is where you're going to want to be with this game. Now, this game has lots of content to offer. It actually has a limited replayability like most roguelikes do, but what you're going to get is 8 characters and 8 different worlds and lots of different bosses. Now, this does play a little bit different in the sense that you don't just go from stage to stage to the boss. You can actually explore a little bit, and if you don't think you're ready for the boss, you can do a few more stages, for example, which not many roguelikes have that. Most roguelikes are you go stage, maybe there's a trader, and then stage, then there's a boss. But here you get to choose it a little bit. Obviously the end result is you're going to want the boss fight, but you do get to explore and level up a little bit more. You do get abilities in this. Once you complete a stage, you can like press a button on this magical thing and it will drop you a gem, which is your skill, it's your ability to use. And I just ended up using the exact same ability 2 times. So, it played really into my playstyle. It kind of like played like an Ice Strike monk on PoE 2. It's just a very rapid playstyle, and you press the button and it will dash to the enemy, and it'll also damage the enemy. So you have really good mobility and momentum, and you can do this 2 times because I had the same ability 2 times. It was really fun to play. So that being said, I literally didn't explore one single other ability. I think at the start I might have, but yeah, I ended up with just the same ability. Now, each skill that you use does have like support gems. I'm just going to use terminology from PoE because I don't know what you call them. But you can upgrade these skills, and there's 3 slots to upgrade these skills, and you can put any sort of gems on them, what you think is going to help. Now, this literally, you can create very good big builds with this. You can mix and match up to, or should I say over 150 of these little gems with different skills, and it's going to change up the skills dramatically. So you're going to really spend a lot of hours trying to get mid-max your build. You get a really good build going with this. And of course, 4-player co-op mixed in with all of those elements that I've just explained can get you a nice gameplay experience. However, there's a few negatives to this game. But what I will say, not a negative, what I will say is once you are done in a run, you have not a hub area because you don't get to explore it, but you have a main menu, and with this main menu you can actually upgrade your character permanently, and you get obviously different characters, and that is where you can also change characters. I did end up changing my character. I think the default character is a bit mediocre. Anyway, let's get on to the negatives, because I've pretty much said the only good thing about this game. Now, it runs awfully. I have a good graphics card, budget graphics card. I think it's a 67,000 XT AMD 5600 Ryzen CPU, and it did not run good. Most games I can run at high and get a good frame rate or use FSR. To my knowledge, even with everything down, and I don't think there's FSR in this game, it just didn't run all that great. The starter control is a little bit weird because you're going to be left clicking to walk to places, and as soon as you get put in combat, left click turns to attack ability. So you're going to be thinking this is like stop start combat, where it's like turn based, like in Pillars of the Eternity. And I actually thought this for a good amount of time, but it turns out that you use right click to move while in combat, and your left click is to melee or do your attack in combat. It's a really weird thing. If I'm pressing left click to move, thinking it's a point and click game, and then when I'm in combat I can't left click to move and I've got a right click to move, that's why I don't get it. Now, it's not all negative. I do think if you're playing with friends you're going to have fun with this game. Like I said, lots of content here. It's not terribly boring. It is a little bit boring, but some roguelikes are like this, especially in the early game when there's not many abilities and you're just wiping through levels, clearing the enemies. But I don't want to use this excuse because most games that have co-op are fun to some degree. This game doesn't do anything genre changing to the roguelike genre. It actually does nothing. It's just a roguelike game. If you've played other roguelike games and you want a new taste, this will give you that taste. Apart from that, it's just like any other roguelike game. There's not a single thing I can say about this game that's not in other games. That's why it's hard to make a review of this game, because it's all been done. And the performance wasn't really great. Like I said, low FPS frame rate makes the game a little bit less enjoyable. We can talk about bosses. I had a few bosses in this. I completed a few runs, and the bosses are decently good. I think there's not an issue with the bosses. The bosses are absolutely fine. However, they're a little bit low IQ. Like they will attack you, but they'll do it really slow and let you dodge out of the way of the attack. You'll still take some damage, but yeah, they're not really hard boss fights. As for healing, before a boss fight, you do have a healer. You need to use 30 coins to use the healer. Some levels will have healers on anyway, which you're going to want because there's no other way to heal apart from using the healer, which is 30 coins. You do get traders, so you can spend your currency on new skills at the traders, and again, I didn't bother with any of this because my abilities was fun to use, so I just kept them. If you like magic and this sort of game looks appealing to you, I would play it with at least one other person, and then you're going to get some decent memories out of the game. But apart from that, it's been done before. Again, it's really hard to review because there's not a single different thing this game does. But obviously the art style completely different. There's some mechanics, but personally wouldn't get this game. I wouldn't recommend getting this game. Most games, like I said, are fun with co-op. So you're making a mediocre game and then slapping co-op on it to make it fun, it's no. But if you're a really good roguelike fan, go and try this game out if it looks fun to you. To me, not at all. Anyway, thanks for watching, and goodbye.